Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. Today's video, I'm going to do, I think I'll call it a case study on a couple fairly popular products that I've had in my inventory. One of them quite modern, one of them still pretty modern, but just talking through my pricing strategy. When do I sell, especially when I have a lot of quantity of one item? And the two items in particular that I'm going to detail in these spreadsheets are the Ultra Premium Collection from Celebrations that came out late last fall, and then PSA 10 Scream Eevee. So we've got modern sealed, we've got fairly modern graded. Yeah, just see where I go with this. So starting with the UPC, we had a release date of mid-late October. These are my top right are the purchases, and you can see that one distributor I was paying $84 a piece. That's just what it was. I wasn't going to turn it down. The other one I was paying $75 a piece. And interestingly, the one that I was paying more, I got more of them. You can see they did offer me one at one point for $120. So sometimes these products do come through. They're offered at a higher rate when inventory is getting kind of low. Yeah, kind of weird how the prices bounce around there. But anyways, all said and done, between October 19th and about 2 months later, December 18th of 2021, I had purchased 37 UPCs total for a cost basis of $3,036. And then these are my sales. Sales between November 5th and just about a month ago, I guess it was my last sale. Yes, this was a successful sale, completed, no return, no refund, anything like that. Somehow someone paid $450. When market price at the time was closer to 400. It is what it is. But yeah, given the 15 that I've sold, gross and net profits there from the sale, I've netted $4,400. So I'm actually in the green, $1,500, and I still have 14 remaining. I wrote 14 remaining. I think it's actually closer. I see a sealed one right over there. There's probably a few sealed ones kicking around. Not any more than 3 or 4, but pretty disorganized. So there's a few around. You see a discrepancy. 14 plus 15 is 29. There's 8 missing. I did open about 6, and then 1 or 2 I probably sold directly through PayPal and just missed it. I know I did sell one to a friend. I actually sold 1 to a friend locally, and then 1 to a friend that I shipped as well. So anyways, essentially these are found money now. I have 14 remaining, and I just wanted to talk about, here's the TCG player price history, where my head is at, why I haven't dumped them all. Because some people might look at this and they say, that's ultra modern inventory. Why wouldn't you just dump them all at $400 a piece, net in the mid 3s? I mean, 14 times, if I can net $350 a piece, that's another $5,000 profit that I have waiting to unlock. At the end of the day, it all comes down to like a cash flow type thing. And it comes down to future price trajectory and where I think it might end up. So a lot of speculation involved. Am I holding this product as an investment, as speculation, whatever you want to call it? Part of the reason that I'm not just fire selling them is because I think it's fairly unlikely that a reprint would come. And if one were to come, I would simply take all my allocation and then be patient with it. The prices would come down fairly substantially. You see here on TCG Player, fairly standard thing. These must have all been pre-releases before the line. Right around the line was release date. And then out of the gates, price just dropped a bunch. Prices started to pick up. And then in December, when I got my second wave, you see that the prices came down again. So since then, we've had a fairly stable uptrend. Certain people are calling for $500, $1,000 by Christmas, by whenever it may be. At the end of the day, I have no idea what price it's going to be when, but I'm fairly confident that it's such a strong product that I feel pretty comfortable. Clearly, I've not fire sold my remaining 14, so I feel pretty comfortable that the price will at minimum be stable. If the price were, though, like if I could tell the future, if I could see the future, and 2 to 5 years from now, if it were to still be in the $400 range, I would have clearly wished I sold today to have that $5,000 to plow into other inventory that could potentially increase. But it's a very fun optimization problem, trying to just optimize the amount of time value of money, trying to get not the most money out total. If I have to hold something for 50 years for it to double, that doesn't make any sense. I'd rather sell it today, buy other things that are more likely to increase in price and time greater over that same time period. So yeah, there's just a little bit about my thoughts. If anything, if I had to just completely guess, depending on where the prices go, I don't want to end the year with like none. I really, I could see myself selling maybe one a month for the next few months, getting down into the 8 to 10 range by year end. And then, yeah, I could see, I love the product. I could see myself hanging on to one or two, maybe even 4 to 6 for years. They don't owe me anything. And I love the product. I just want to kind of see where it goes. I want to be along for the ride to some extent. So yeah, that's my thinking on the Ultra Premium collection. And I guess one thing that I didn't really plan for, and one thing I didn't tie into the spreadsheet that would have been interesting, but what's the expected value of opening it and just selling the products? At some point on the near, CGC has stated, which I'm recording this on May 28th. You'll be seeing this on May 30th. CGC claimed that they would have a solution for grading the metal cards by the end of May. So you're seeing this at the end of May. CGC might start grading them again soon. That could be bullish short term for this product, people buying it to open it, grade the cards. So yeah, it's interesting from an eeevee perspective. I don't know how close to the $450 or $350 market price. How close is the eeevee, just selling the metal cards, selling the enclosed celebrations pack sealed? Might be fairly close to that. So that's an interesting data point that you should consider. Another thing that I did pull up some other tabs. What we can kind of do is look at similar items in the past. This was a fairly unique thing. First time we got metal cards, reprint of Charizard and Pikachu. But a few things that came to mind for me: Premium XY Trainers Collection. TCG Player unfortunately only gives a year's worth of data, but that's been doing fairly well over the past year. The Ultra Premium Collection has already outpaced it for like what it's going for today. And this is a several-year-old product created during a time where the print run would have been a lot lower. So Ultra Premium Collections, there's almost certainly a lot more of those. Another thing, Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection, a little bit newer than the Premium XY Trainer Collection. This one went way up there, and I was actually interested. I do have a couple of these left, kind of like I mentioned with the UPC, multi-years out. I wouldn't mind having a couple, but Hidden Fates Ultra Premium Collection, I probably have like 2 left, not even listed, that I'm just sitting on speculating for a longer term. It'll be interesting to see if this hit kind of a ceiling and it just dwindles down from there as more Ultra Premium collections come out and less eyes are on the older stuff. At so 10, 20, 30 years from now, there might be 50 new Ultra Premium collections out there. Are these going to stand out? Who knows? But it's an interesting thought to think about there. I accidentally went too far. So my next thing that covers the Ultra Premium collection. The next thing I wanted to talk about that's a little bit different, because the Ultra Premium collection, theoretically, I could go to the open market and I could buy more from the open market to kind of speculate on future price moves. There was a potential for that. I got my allocation here. The market price dipped down to like 220, 230. I did mention in a previous video why I don't tend to go to the open market buying something at double retail when my original cost basis is like 60 or 70% of retail. So, but that play was out there. Some people probably made it and did really well, buying them up at about $200 a piece. And now they're sitting on 50% profit if they were to sell today. So another angle to look at is the Scream promos. These came out in 2016, I believe it was 2016 or 2018. But these, I mentioned it before. I bought tons of them. I also did talk about these in a recent video. I really went heaviest on the Easy 3, the Eevee, Psyduck, and Rowlet. In hindsight, I wish I went way heavier than I did, but when these three were about $20 a piece back in 2016 when they came out, no, $20 for the set. I was buying sets of these for $20 a piece. I bought 100 sets maybe. Pikachu was $50 to $100 at the time, if I remember correctly. I bought a dozen or less. And Mimikyu was really expensive. I bought very few of that. This might be the only one I have left at all, a graded one. I don't think I have any PSA graded ones. But in any case, given my cost basis was so low, the oldest sales I could find. So I had to go on PayPal to find these because I used to sell on eBay. Payments coming through PayPal, and then eBay managed payments happened in mid 2021. So these are all through like eBay managed payments. You can see that I've sold 26 of them that I could find. And this is PSA 10 Scream Eevees only. So this is not PSA 9s, PSA 8s. This is not any of the CGC ones I graded. This is from July of 2019 to now. All the sales that I've made that I could find of PSA 10 Scream Eevees. 26 in total. My average net, $300 a piece net. Not counting the cost of grading. My average cost of grading is under $10 a piece though. So my average net is $290 a piece. And if I had to figure out my cost basis, I bought a couple hundred of these when they were $7 or $8 a piece. And all these ones that I'm holding right now, these were not bought because literally everything that I had was sent in 2020. These were bought since 2020. So I've been paying 10 times more than my original cost basis. And I'm finding the cards are less consistently mint. So I'm paying $200 now for a set of 3. But given what they're selling for, PSA 10 selling for $400 recently, Peak Boom, $580 I sold some for. I'll actually show you the Pokemon price. Really hard to see here because it's such a long time period, but you can verify the numbers that I had in early 2020. Early 2020, here's March 8th, 2020, $42. You're talking 40 to 80 bucks depending on the day in all of 2019 and 2020 or early 2020. And then they just went to the moon because PSA couldn't turn them through quickly enough. And you can see on an item like this, look at what the pops are doing. So the PSA 10 pops are just absolutely rocketing to the moon. If anything, they're starting to slowly peel off as PSA gets through the whole backlog. I think I do have about 10 to 15 more of these at PSA waiting to come back from the pre-March 2021 boom. So yeah, on that, my strategy has basically been when I have them, I sell them. And then a lot earlier on, I wasn't doing it as much as I wish I had when I was selling these for anywhere between 60 and 80 bucks. If I had bought raw ones, 2 or 3 raw ones every 10 that I sold, I would be sitting a lot prettier than I am now. I still did really well on these overall, but what I'm trying to do today, and it's becoming harder and harder, every time I sell a $400 PSA 10, I'm trying to go out and buy a $70 or $80 raw one. I've gotten back a lot of PSA 8 to PSA 9 quality ones though. So it's getting a little bit tougher, but at some point, once I get down to having less than like 20 or 30 of these, I really need to think for the longer term. I'm going to keep a close eye on these pops. If the pops really do level off, if we're getting close to the end, I mean, 1,200 PSA 10s in 5 years, is that going to be 2,500? Is it going to be 10,000? I really don't have a good idea. I'm fairly confident that it will be at least 2,000 because I can probably increase that number myself by another 20 to 50 between what's there and what I still have to send. So all these things, just kind of thinking out loud. Hopefully it's interesting to people. Let me know in the comments below if you made any plays on Ultra Premium Collection or the Scream promos. Let me know what your thoughts are. But interestingly, in the sales, if you look real close, I had a big break between April of 2020 until July of 2021. that whole boom period, what had happened was I sold out of what I had as the price has shot to the moon, and then I didn't have any. Like, I sent them all the PSA between, it would have been, well, probably shortly after my last one sold, I probably sent some. So it would have been May, June, July that I was sending some. And then when you talk October to December, I don't even have all those back yet. So between May of 2020 and December of 2020, I sent another 50 or 60 of them to be graded at PSA, 50 or so which are back. And I mean 20 of them right here. So 20 of the approximately 50 that I sent are back here as 10s, having been sold. And the prices came down from the peak. They kind of went down into the low three or mid threes. They're bouncing back up a little bit. I've consistently been the lowest sale on eBay. I have one left as of today, but I have a fair bit more at PSA. I've got a decent amount to send. So my strategy on an item like this, during the boom, I sold what I had, because I was pretty sure, given what this pop chart was doing, I was pretty sure the prices were going to come down. But if they really start leveling off, I do really still believe in the promo. I think it's an amazing release. I really enjoy it thoroughly myself. So if and when prices start really plateauing, leveling off, I don't see this going back anywhere near $80 again. I don't think this will be an $80 PSA again, PSA 10 again. If people grade huge batches of them and just flip them, auction them, dump them onto the market quickly, could this go down to $200 a piece? Maybe. Even at 200 though, again, given that I'm buying them raw, near mint to mint today for 80, the graded price still feels a little high. So I'm just, it's all about, I think SM Pratt Scott calls it that the AP ratio, the availability to the price of what it's going for. So when you can buy these raw near mint to mint for 80 to 100, and the 9's going for 120 to 150, and the 10's going for 400, it still feels a little high, but we'll just have to see how that continues to pan out. If we zoom in, the 10 prices are, I mean, little bit, maybe they found a bottom. I mean, those aren't real data points down there. One didn't sell for $20 in November, but feels like a bottom could be being formed, but as they come back, if I can secure $400 and buy another raw near mint to mint one for it, 80 to 100, or buy four raw near mint to mint ones, I'm going to continue to do that. So again, my thoughts around very, very common question. When do you sell something? Ultra premium collections, I can't really replace. I mean, you could replace them. You could go out and buy 100 tomorrow probably, but I can't replace them for less than I'm netting on my sale. So a product like that, I'm probably never going to reacquire. I'm just going to slowly sell off my remaining 14. If a major reprint comes, I'm going to take what I get allocated from my distributor. I might think about going to the open market. I kind of doubt one's coming though. And then the Scream Eevee, that's a card that's always going to be out there. If 5 years from now, if I knew today that 5 years from now the price was going to be 200 on a PSA 10, I would clearly just dump them all as soon as I get them, buy them back later, raw or just graded cheaper than I'm selling them for today. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know that. Could this card in 5 or 10 years be $1,000 PSA 10? Maybe more. I have no idea. Again, no crystal ball, unfortunately. Could I be looking back at the spreadsheet 5 or 10 years from now and saying, man, I wish I kept them all? Not really, because again, as I'm selling them, I'm trying to replace them with more, and I'm putting the proceeds from this. I mean, 26 sales, $300 a piece net, that's $7,500 in net profit that I'm plowing into, well, one, ultra premium collections. My allocation from my distributors, I'm plowing it into collection purchases, anything like that. Feel free to reach out to me, Instagram, DM, email if you want to sell your collection to me. I'm always buying collections. I forget to mention that in videos oftentimes, but yeah, that's where I'm at. This is coming out on Memorial Day. Hope you had a great Memorial Day weekend. Hope you're enjoying the remainder of your Memorial Day weekend, if you're watching this when it comes out. It hasn't happened yet, but by the time you see this, it will have. Monthly Zoom meeting. Jake is leading this one. We've got Collecticon coming up. It's a super exciting time these next few weeks. PokeFlips podcast is going to be coming out this Thursday, along with I'm going to do a video probably on a PSA graded card return highlight for this Thursday as well. Keep an eye out for PokeFlips though. If you haven't gone over there and subscribed for Nick and my podcast, we're going to have Jake on Pokenomics this Thursday. If you're watching this video when it comes out, there is time to go over to the PokeFlips channel, go to our last podcast episode, and ask a question for Jake if you'd like to. So, yeah, I hope to see some of you guys at Collecticon, Charlotte. If you're going to be there, come find Nick and I. We're gonna have a booth. So that's everything. I appreciate everyone watching as always, and I will catch you all later.